Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel, Writing Practices. In today's video, we'll be going through how to write a contract letter, step by step. This is one of the most essential business documents because it formalizes an agreement between two parties, whether for services, supplies, or a professional partnership. If you're about to start a new project or enter into an agreement with a client or company, this tutorial will help you write a clear, professional, and legally sound contract letter. We'll go through each section, explain what to include and why it matters. So let's dive right in. Sender's information. We begin the letter with your own information at the top. Here you'll include your full name or company name, your address, city, state, zip code, email address, phone number. This part identifies who is writing the letter, you or your company. It's like the letterhead and ensures the recipient knows exactly who the contract is coming from and how to reach you. For instance, if you're writing on behalf of a business, use the company's official name and contact details. If it's a personal service agreement, you can simply include your personal information. This section builds professionalism and establishes accountability right from the start. Date. Next, we have the date, written as date, month, day, year. This might seem simple, but the date plays an important legal role. It tells when the agreement was issued and serves as a reference for when both parties started the formal contract process. Always use the full date, not just the month or year, because it's often used later to determine deadlines, payment schedules, or project durations. Recipient's information. After the date, include the recipient's full details, just like this. Recipient's name or company name. Recipient's address. City, state, zip code. This section identifies who the letter is addressed to. Be sure to use the correct spelling of the name and the full legal or registered company name. A small typo here could make the contract invalid or cause confusion later. Including their address also ensures the document is properly directed, especially if it's mailed or physically signed. Subject line. Next, we have the subject line. Subject, contract agreement between your name or company and recipient's name or company. The subject line gives the reader an immediate understanding of the document's purpose. It's short, clear, and directly states that the letter is a formal contract agreement between two parties. Using the names of both parties makes it easy to identify the contract later for record keeping. The subject line is also important for clarity, especially in a business setting where multiple contracts may exist. It avoids any ambiguity about which project or relationship this specific letter refers to. Salutation. Now we move to the greeting. Dear recipient's name. A professional salutation sets a respectful tone for the rest of the letter. If you know the recipient personally, use their full name. For example, Dear Mr. Brown or Dear Miss Carter. If the contract is between companies, use the representative's name or title. This helps personalize the letter while maintaining professionalism. Opening paragraph, purpose of the contract. The opening paragraph of the letter starts with, "This letter serves as a formal contract agreement between your name or company name and recipients." Name or company name regarding briefly describe the purpose of the contract, such as provision of services, supply of goods, or partnership arrangement. Both parties agree to the following terms and conditions outlined below. This paragraph is all about introducing the purpose of the contract. Here, you should clearly state what the agreement is about, whether it's for providing services, delivering goods, or entering a partnership. For example, you can write, "This letter serves as a formal contract agreement between Brightline Designs and Horizon Marketing regarding the provision of graphic design services for promotional campaigns." This introduction sets the tone for the entire agreement. It ensures both parties understand the nature of the deal before getting into the details. It also confirms that the terms and conditions that follow have been mutually agreed upon. Second paragraph, scope and duration. The next part explains what the contract covers and how long it will last. The template states, the scope of work includes describe in detail the work, project, or service to be provided. The duration of this agreement will commence on start date and remain in effect until end date or completion date, unless otherwise terminated in writing by either party under mutually agreed conditions. Here, you describe exactly what the project or service involves. Be specific about what tasks or responsibilities are included. For instance, if it's a service contract, mention what services will be delivered. If it's a supply agreement, describe the type of goods, quantity, or delivery expectations. You also need to include the start date and end date. These dates define the contract's active period and ensure both parties know when their obligations begin and end. Including termination conditions is equally important. It clarifies that the agreement can only be ended in writing and under mutually agreed terms, which protects both parties from sudden cancellations or misunderstandings. This paragraph is the foundation of your agreement structure because it defines what will be done and for how long. The clearer this section is, the fewer disputes you'll face later. Third paragraph, compensation and obligations. Next, we have the paragraph about payment and responsibilities. It says, the agreed compensation for the services or deliverables shall be state the payment amount, method and schedule. Both parties agree to fulfill their respective obligations in good faith, maintaining professionalism and adherence to the agreed timeline. This is one of the most important sections in any contract. It deals with money and performance. You'll need to specify three main things here. The payment amount, how much will be paid for the service or goods. The method of payment, whether it's by bank transfer, check, or another method. The payment schedule, when and how often payments will be made. For example, you might write that payment will be made in full within 30 days of project completion, or in monthly installments. The second part of this paragraph emphasizes good faith and professional conduct. This reminds both parties to complete their duties honestly, respect deadlines, and communicate clearly. Including this statement helps build trust and shows that both sides are committed to maintaining a professional working relationship. Fourth paragraph, dispute resolution. The next section deals with how to handle disagreements. The template reads, in the event of any dispute or misunderstanding arising from this contract, both parties agree to resolve the matter amicably, through mutual discussion, or, if necessary, through legal arbitration in accordance with applicable laws. This paragraph ensures that both parties have a clear plan in case something goes wrong. It encourages resolving conflicts peacefully through discussion first, which saves time and money. But it also adds a legal safeguard, arbitration, in case a dispute can't be settled informally. Including this clause is very important in any contract because it provides a fair and organized way to handle conflicts, ensuring that both sides are protected and know what steps to take if an issue arises. Fifth paragraph, review and acceptance. Now we move to the next part of the letter, which says, please review this agreement carefully. If you are in full agreement with the terms and conditions stated above, kindly sign and return a copy of this letter to indicate your acceptance. This paragraph formally invites the recipient to review the contract. It also requests a signed copy as confirmation of acceptance. This is the point where the agreement becomes legally binding. By signing and returning the letter, the recipient is confirming that they've read and accepted all the terms. Always make sure to keep a copy of the signed document for your records. This section also shows professionalism. It gives the other party time to read the terms and ask questions before signing, which helps avoid future disputes. Closing paragraph, gratitude and professional tone. Next, we have the closing paragraph. Thank you for your cooperation. I look forward to a successful and productive working relationship. This is a polite and positive way to end the letter. It expresses appreciation and sets the tone for a collaborative partnership. Even though this is a legal agreement, maintaining a courteous tone leaves a good impression and reinforces trust between the parties. Complimentary close. After the body of the letter, we end with, sincerely, this is the standard closing for formal business letters. It signals the end of the letter in a respectful way. Always capitalize the first letter and follow it with a comma. Below sincerely include your full name or authorized representative, title or position if applicable. Signature. The signature is what makes the letter official. If you're representing a company, include your job title as well. This confirms your authority to enter into the contract on behalf of the business. Acknowledgement and acceptance by recipient. Finally, the letter includes a section for the recipient to sign, which reads, acknowledged and accepted by recipient's full name or representative, title or position, signature and date. This acknowledgement section is where the recipient officially agrees to the contract. Their signature and date complete the agreement, making it valid and enforceable. It's important that both parties have a copy signed by each side for their records. And that's how you write a contract letter from start to finish. As you can see, every section serves a specific and important purpose, from identifying the parties and outlining the scope of work to confirming payment details and setting dispute resolution terms. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Writing Practices, and turn on notifications so you won't miss upcoming tutorials on business and legal writing. And as always, if you have any questions or suggestions for future topics, leave them in the comments below. I love hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.